Flosstube. I'm Natalie and welcome to my channel, Home Sweet Home Handmade. It's Sunday the 7th of January 2024 and this is episode 54. So I've been away for quite a long time. November I think was my last episode, and I haven't been back because you probably already know, but we sadly lost Miss Betsy cat. Yeah, very sad. It broke our hearts. We were away in Haworth at the time, which I'll talk about Haworth in a moment. And yeah, she was well when we left, and our pet sitter phoned and said she couldn't stand or walk, so she rushed her to the vets, and they found that she had a very large blood clot which was stopping the blood flow to her legs. So there wasn't any treatment, so we sadly let her go, but she managed to make it to her 23rd birthday. And because we are in this cottage that's got just a courtyard, we had her cremated. So she is back with us, and I'll pop a little photo in here with her favourite little toy and her last birthday card. So if you're new here, sorry to start on such a sad note, but if you pop back to my last episode, you will be able to see Betsy. She was very lively on that video, so but since then we didn't intend to get another cat quite so quickly, and it will never replace her because she was a unique kitty with a unique personality. But we ended up getting 2 kittens. So I will just pause here and just grab one for you. Just wait one moment. So this is Percy. He's a ragdoll. He's very lively, as you can see. But he's got the most beautiful eyes. Only cleaning actually. He's a ragdoll. So we got him. Oh, I'll put him down. He was like the runt of the litter, but he's got such a huge personality. And we also got his brother at the same time. So just pause one moment and I'll bring him. So this is Simon. He's Percy's brother. He's a lot bigger than Percy. But he's very laid back, a lot lighter. Oh, okay, there you go. They've been a lot of fun, because when Betsy went and we came back from Haworth, it was so quiet and so sad, but they have just brought us so much joy and entertainment. Unfortunately, they came to us with an infection, which the breeder didn't tell us, and we have had a lot of unfortunate diarrhea accidents, and they've had to go to the vets and be on antibiotics. But they finished their antibiotics this morning and they seem to have turned a corner. So yeah, they love each other, they sleep together, but they also play fight a lot. And if you could see down here at the moment, the floor is covered with toys. So if you hear any background noise, that might be them playing with their balls or their toys. So yes, so as they get a little bit older, Simon, he's going to be a very big boy. He's very fluffy, and he weighs quite a bit more than Percy. I'm hoping that they'll make a bit of an appearance. So So let's go back in time. So the last time I saw you, I was just about to go to Harrogate with my sister for the knitting and stitching show. Oh, and you may have already noticed I'm in a little bit different position today because I couldn't get my tripod out on the little chair that I use because it would be chaos. So I've invested in this sort of lap tray that's got like a spot for your drink, and it's got a slot for your iPad because I film on my iPad. So, and I quite like this position because you can see our wedding sampler there that my lovely friend Sue stitched. Sadly, she passed away on New Year's Day 9 years ago. But she stitched that, and that is like the little Wolds church that we got married in. And then this picture, I'll put a photo in here because you can't quite see it, is a Richmond, Virginia tea towel. And my lovely friend Donna Ray gave that as a gift, and I thought that was far too nice to use as a tea towel, so I had it framed. Anyway, back to Harrogate. So we went to the knitting and stitching show that was held in Harrogate, and my sister got us tickets to go, VIP tickets, and also she paid for the hotel that was just around the corner. And it was amazing. And we have decided that we're going to go every year now, make it our little yearly trip. And because we haven't got like local needle workshops near us, we never really get to see the models stitched up. So it was just great because there's some like charts and kits that you think, well, I'd never really look at those, but to see them stitched up was just amazing. So we got sent this as VIPs. We got sent this, which is the brochure that tells you all the vendors for the different days, and they had workshops as well. So as a VIP, which was, it was a bit more, but it was definitely worth it. You didn't have to queue because when we walked from the hotel, the queue was wrapped around the conference centre, convention centre, one of the two, whatever it was. And I thought, oh no. And then my sister said, no, we don't have to queue. So we walked straight in like royalty, which was great. And we got a VIP wristband, which entitled us to leave our coats and scarves and gloves and things like that. And got a little raffle ticket so that they so we gave that in at the end to pick them up. We got a VIP tote bag which had a free, I should have bought it, mini rotary cutter and also a hand cream. And then also there was a separate VIP area. They're playing with one of their crinkly toys, and now they're fighting, so you might hear a bit of screeching, but they're okay. They just do a lot of play fighting. So there was a separate VIP area which entitled you to 3 drinks, which was like tea, coffee or soft drinks, a Prosecco, and then a cooked lunch. So we went round, and the very first stall, we were in trouble. And I thought, I better not buy something on the first stall. So I just memorised what it was, and it was, I went back and bought it because I've never seen this before, and it is black work kitties by somebody I'd never heard of before either, Heather Ann. It's called Just Watching 2018. So yeah, I just love that. I'm just gonna have to pause and sort these boys out. One moment. I'm back. So yeah, I just love that. And you get everything you need. It's the 𝐥𝐸𝐤𝐤 and I don't know whether that's DMC or Anchor, I'm not sure. But that will be stitched on this year. So that was the first thing that I purchased at the knitting and stitching show. And actually, before we went and checked into our hotel the day before, we went to Grassington, where they film the new series of All Creatures Great and Small. And we went to the Stripy Badger tea room and bookshop. And we also went to Spinning Jenny. Now, I saw this kit there as well, which is another black work. And I'd never seen this before, so I purchased that one. And again, that comes with everything you need to stitch it. And very cute. So it says mischief in the making, and that's very appropriate for this morning. And it's Excalibur counted blackwork design. I'd never heard of them, but they were also, I saw these kits at the knitting and stitching show. I love that because it's got like she's stitching and there's a cat there with a mouse. So that I got that from Spinning Jenny. So then also at the knitting and stitching show, so we decided we went round and to see who was there, what we liked, and then we went back and had a drink, and then we went again. So it was great. And there was a lady demonstrating punch needle. Now, I regularly get the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, and I've always been interested, but thought, no, I don't need another craft. Well, it completely hooked me in when she was doing a demonstration, and I got this kit that has got everything in it. That orange is just practice fabric. But she was from Liberty Lodge Crafts, and I got, sorry about my awful finger, that is a cross-stitch injury. I got the sheep kit. So it's got everything you need to do, and she also links to videos as well. But I had a little bit of a go and I was hooked. So I got this one. So I don't know when this is going to come out. I've said that I will at least do it before we go back this November. So that was something else I purchased. I also picked up this chart. It's a fairly old one. I don't know what year it's from, but I've always really liked that one. And it's from La Dida, and it's and Rudolph. And I think that'd be quite a quick stitch. And I also picked up a piece of 16 count Ada Rustico, and I picked the Ada and the chart from Trudy and Designs, and I didn't realise that it was the shop that I use on eBay all the time. So that's Jeff P. Smith. So I use them all the time. So I thought that was a perfect colour for this. So that may be a Christmas in July start. I also picked this one up, which is from Simply Heritage, and it's called The Supporter. Now, I've looked at this quite a few times, and my husband is a fanatical football supporter. Oi! Gosh, it's chaos here. So I'm going to stitch that for him, and as he's a Wolf supporter, I will change the colours to old gold and black. And I've looked at these as well. and they were a few pounds less at this store, and it's the Bothy Threads A Stitch in Time shoe, and I just love that. So yes, I got that one for £22.99, and I love their cardboard packaging now, so it comes with everything you need. And it's this 16 count 𝐦𝐸𝐤𝐤 with pre-sorted cottons, so I think that's very clever. So that was all my haul. Well, not all of it, because I also, Sparklies was there as well, and we got some fabric, so so that was great. So yeah, so if you're ever thinking about going to the one in Harrogate, or I know that they do one in London as well, I would highly recommend getting the VIP ticket, because you don't have to queue. You get a separate area for you to sit, because it was really, really busy. People were sitting on the floor and things. So, and a cooked meal, prosecco. So what's not to love? So at the weekend after we went to Harrogate, my hubby and I, we went to Haworth, and we have said we will go back because we had a fantastic time right up until the Monday morning when we got the phone call from our pet sitter to say that Betsy was poorly. But up until then, we had a wonderful time, and it's somewhere I've always wanted to go. So I will pop some photos in here as I'm talking. So we stayed at the Weavers of Haworth, that's it. It's like a boutique B&B, and it's right across from the Bronte Parsonage Museum, which was brilliant, right in the centre of Haworth. And I booked tickets for the Parsonage Museum, because that's always been on my bucket list to go there. And we went around, and it was just fascinating to go around and see where they wrote those amazing novels. And they had a brilliant gift shop as well. That was great. Got a few little gifts for Emily as well. Oh, and if you're new here, Emily is my sister, stitching from Gnome Cottage. And if you go back a few videos, you'll see Emily as well, because we did a new starts video. So I'm just going to grab a drink. 1 second. I'll just pop it in my drinks holder. No, it won't fit. So yeah, as I say, Haworth, very busy during the weekend. And I was aware of an amazing bookshop called Hatchard and Daughters that is only open at the weekend. I'm going to have to stop because I've got to cough. So I'll be back in 1 second. Apologies for this very choppy video. Yeah, so I was aware of a bookshop called Hatchard and Daughters. So we went there, and it was brilliant. There was some really great second-hand vintage books in there. So yeah, we are planning to go back. Just a lovely, lovely place. And if you ever get a chance, I would highly recommend visiting there. So I'm going to go on to the stitching now. I'm not going to show you everything that I've stitched on since November, because we would be here for hours and hours. So what should I start with first? Oh, I'll start with the new bags that I got. So Pauline from Sewbebags, who I will link below, had a January sale last week, and she shares on her Instagram. So I managed to snag these as I put the notification for her Instagram page. So the first one I got was this. I love this fabric. Woodland Animals. So really cheap they were because they were in her January sale. Very cute. The next one is the 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐾 fabric. I think this might be a Rifle Paper Company fabric. I'm not sure. But that's going to have some Christmas in July stitching in it. Had to get this one. Christmas kitties in scarves. And then this one as well. Because I am drawn to any charts at the seaside. So yeah, I'd never seen that fabric before. So that's lovely. So I haven't done a whip parade this year. I know I've got a lot of whips. And I wanted some kind of system whereby I could put some more stitches in my whips. So based on Jessie Marie's 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐿 boards that she does, I decided to do whip be gone. So myself, Emily and Donna Ray from Flannel Jammy's farm, the three of us have got a WhatsApp group, and we have come up with 12 projects, one for each month, and our hubbies are calling the numbers. So Emily's partner, he called number 3. So number 3 for me for January is living in this flamingo wallet, and it is Prairie Schooler Village Sampler. You've seen this one before. I've had it on the go for a while. So I decided in the month of January that I would put 1,500 stitches in this, which I think is doable in a month. So on an evening or an afternoon, if it's a weekend, and because I do work full time as well, I start off with this piece and put some stitches in, and then pick up what else calls my fancy. I'm just watching Percy be very naughty. Hold please. You need eyes in the back of your head and octopus hands, arms to deal with these pair. I think when I film next, I'm going to get hubby to be here, and I might have to film upstairs. Anyway, so I'll put up a before photo in. As it's the 7th of January, I'm not at the end of the month, but I have done 474 stitches. So I'm working on this house here, and I've had to slightly modify it because I can't count. But I'm hoping to, so it's this one here. So I'm hoping to finish the house and get the 2 birds in, and then the crops, maybe the wishing well. So when I pick it up again, I can go to this house and that'll be the top row done. So I would like to have this finished in 2024. We shall see. But I do love this. I love the bunnies and I love the church. So that is my, I'm keeping my threads in this very cute Made by Rachel, and you know that she is my favourite bag maker. And for Christmas, she sent me this to wish me Merry Christmas, and also to thank me for supporting her shop. And look at that! It's so cute. And inside was some hand cream from my favourite designer. I'll hold it like that so you can't see my awful finger. That's her name there. I've mentioned her. She does a lot of very cute bags, and I get them from Loop in London. So if you're watching this, Rachel, thank you for sending that. I'll treasure that. So that is my Prairie Schooler, which is on my Whip Be Gone board for January, 1500 stitches. And I have also decided that I'm just going to get everything here so I don't keep turning around, because that is really rude. Right. I also decided, because I usually have a no new starts January to June, and that didn't really work because June to December I just went crazy and started loads of new charts. So I'm going to have one start a month during 2024. And my start for January is Black and White Cat on Heritage Crafts. And this is full coverage. It is comes as a kit, 14 count Ada, and it is just mindless stitching. It really is. And I've decided to stitch this one, and I also want to stitch the other companion pieces, Black Cat and Ginger Cat. And I want to have them all framed in the same frames, white frames, and I want to put these up in my guest room because we are planning to move this year, and hopefully we will have a guest bedroom. So I'm stitching these up to go in there. So I started this on New Year's Day, and it comes with all the TMC, all pre-sorted. And this is where I've got so far. And I always do a top left start, so I start around here. And that's where I am. So the last couple of nights I've done my few stitches on Prairie Schooler, and then I've picked up the Black and White Cat. So I hope when I see you next, because I'm around here, that I'll be able to get round and do his ear. So I got that from the Heritage Crafts website, and I will link them below. Now, just going back slightly, I did have a New Year's Eve start. And as you probably will see, I do like to stitch a lot of cat things. And I had this in my stash for ages. And it's from Cross Stitcher, April 2008. And it's a Margaret Sherry design. And I decided to start these kitties in cups. So I started with this one. It's quite a lot of confetti stitching, quite a lot of colour changing. I'm just using all the call for DMC. Sorry, look at that mess. And I'm stitching it on a piece of 16 count latte Ada from Fibre on a Whim, and I've got a very small start. That's it, his ear. I decided to stitch it on this one, and that's quite a good representation of the colour, because there is quite a bit of white. So I would like to pick this back up and get the first kitty done. It's quite a big piece. I was in the Fibre on a Whim fabric club with Patchwork Rabbit, but as I've got quite a big stash, I decided to stop that. So that was my New Year's Day start, and they're still fighting. And then the other thing that I had quite close to hand that I thought I would show you is I saw Sally from Stitchy Sally. Hello Sally, if you're watching. She was stitching on this amazing 𝐦𝐨𝐵𝐷's Made from Love, the light of the Christmas star, and I just loved that. So I decided to join in, and I'm stitching mine on a piece of 𝐦𝐨𝐵𝐷 polka dot 18 count Ada. I've never used this before, and that's where I'm up to. I'm using threads from Stash, apart from the skin tones, and I'm loving how that's turning out. I've gone a bit wrong down here somewhere, which has stopped me in my tracks, so I need to pick this up again and just finish, because it wouldn't take very long. I do have to do the I guess that's holly, and I'm also loving this fabric, and this was a piece that I just snagged on eBay, so this is quite a big piece. So I think Yasmin finished this on a wooden fairy doll from the works, and I've picked up a wooden star from Hobbycraft, and I'm going to paint it red. Well, my hubby said it would. So yeah, I need to pick this up again and crack on with that, so that I can have it up for next Christmas. Also in here, because I tend to double up on my projects, I did start this while we were in Haworth. This is a very old kit. I don't know what year it's from, but it's the Bronte Parsonage in winter. And I'll put a picture up again of the Bronte Parsonage so you can see. And I've got a very small start on this. Very small. Started this end here. So when I pick this up to stitch on the Christmas fairy, I will pull this out and put some more stitches. Not that I need to be reminded of the first trip to Haworth, because that'll always be in my memory as amazing but incredibly sad when we got the news that Betsy sadly had, well, we had to make the decision to let her go, which was incredibly hard when we were all away. So that's two projects in the, this is from the Tiny Sewing Company, very nice fabric. And then the other one that I wanted to show you is my stitch along that I'm doing with my friends Amy and Donna Ray, again in my Made by Rachel bag. And this is the stitch along that we started last June when I visited America and stayed with Donna Ray. And let me get the front cover. It's a mess in here as well. So it is from Plum Street Samplers, and it's called Float. Here we go. Float Like a Butterfly. And then we are also doing Sting Like a Bee, and we are doing one on top of the other. So I stitch on this when I Zoom call with them, and I Zoomed with Donna Ray on Friday, I'm trying to see what I'm stitching this on. I know it's pole stitches, yeah. So I'm stitching it on a piece of 14 count Aida called Pearl from Pole Stitches Designs. I've showed this before, and this is where I'm up to. So when I was chatting with Donna Ray on Friday, I didn't get much stitching done because we had a lot of catching up to do. But I just started with this one here, this butterfly. And this is quite a good light to show you this. So it's a mottled cream fabric. And as we are stitching both of them together, like this, if you go on to Beth Heartstring Samplery, their website, she does give you, and this is free, she does give you a free chart to link them. So that is what it's going to look like when we stitch both. So the added parts are this row here and then this butterfly. So it is going to be stunning when it's finished. And I've also got my DMC colourful threads in my little matching Made by Rachel bag. No, Notions pouch. So yes, I really enjoy that when I stitch on it, but I think this coming week I might just pull it out just to try and get a bit more on that butterfly, because that is beautiful. So that is all I'm going to show you today. I'm sorry that this was a bit of a stop-start video. With having the boys, I'd forgotten how much energy kittens have, but yeah, they're obviously having their mad half hour, which is stretching into a couple of hours, and they're play fighting and running around, which is lovely to see. But they are very boisterous. So yes, so I am so glad to be back with you. It seems like an age since I last chatted with you, and I have really missed it, but I wasn't really in the place to chat to you without becoming incredibly upset about Betsy, and you don't need me being a blubbering mess on here. So I am planning to come back a little bit more often this year. That was one of my goals for this channel, is to come back more often and also put more community posts up. My hubby and I, we're planning to go to a craft hub. I've known about it for ages. It's in Sleaford in Lincolnshire. So it's about an hour and a half from us, and it's known as an international hub for craft. And they have like exhibitions, and they've got a shop and a tea room. So I will take my iPad along and I will film a bit and take some photos if I can, and I'll pop it up as a Flosstube extra. If I can't get much footage, then I'll pop it on the end of this video. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going there. So thank you for letting me show you my stitching progress, and it's great to be back, and I'm glad that I was able to introduce you to Simon and Percy. So yeah, so I'll see you again soon, and until then, happy stitching. Bye.